Good afternoon, everyone. Jordas Walsh, streaming on Twitch from the northeast of England, and this is Skyrim Special Edition, loaded heavily with mods, mostly combat mods. We do have some armor weapon ones as well. This is an Imperial two-handed warrior, making use of battle axe. I had made some pretty good progress yesterday. This is a second attempt at this following last Sunday. I'd originally made a start, but that playthrough got scrubbed and I started again during the course of last week because I'd pretty much run into a brick wall when it came to combat. It was basically impossible to continue because I was not able to pipe out any damage despite efforts to have a much better weapon than what I originally started with and various perks. I was not doing any damage to any enemies and they were two-shotting me for the most part, so it became apparent that it just wasn't to be, so restarted again. It's been somewhat more successful this week. There's still elements of I'll run into an enemy that for some reason can just put me down, even though in some cases some of them's being just daggers rather than big two-handed weapons themselves. So I'm not sure what's actually caused that to happen, but for the most part I have managed to get through most missions and dungeons and quests with without too much hassle. I still take damage, but it isn't insurmountable, and my output for the most part has also been pretty solid. I'm actually quite high on skill trees actually for two-handed if I take a look. It's currently at level 80 as well, but I'm going up this side where I've got Massacre. That's not available until 90 anyway, but that's going to be significant. I'll take less damage as well when I'm doing the power attack. Guaranteed increase of speed with Massacre. I'll not be bothering with that though because I don't really use magic, so I've got Bisect now. Yeah, Ram's Head. So if I pick this up as well at some point, which I'm able to do now because I'm at rank 80. If I bash an enemy to interrupt an attack, if I do a power attack within 2 seconds, it'll guarantee knock them to the ground, which means if they're on the ground, they can't animate any sort of attack at me. Now I've still got to get to 90 as well to get the third perk in Bleed Like a Dot, which is the bleed over time. So my attack perks, certainly from a two-handed's, getting along pretty well, so that's been a big help. Archery's still suffering. Granted, it isn't my main form of attack, but I need obviously some form of range attack in situations where I need it because I don't fire off magic anywhere. So all I've got is archery, but it's kind of getting left by the wayside because obviously the bulk of my offense is with two-handed. Heavy armor is getting higher, but I haven't really done much in the way of perks. I'm like I said, I'm just concentrating on the attack. But once one-handed's done, then I think I will be absolutely aiming for a lot of these. I'm not fussed about cushioned because I don't I try and avoid doing anything or going anywhere that's going to cause me to fall anyway. So yeah, I'll probably skip that because I try and avoid situations where you have to chance a big fall anyway if I can. I'd much rather take a different route. Rallying Standard, I remember from previous playthroughs, is actually really good. I didn't tend to actually use it though as far as like just firing it off, I believe one of these, Warbringer. If I get this power from Warbringer, I'll actually automatically deploy Rallying Standard. So, yeah. Out of the Inferno is going to be I want to get at some point because mages do my head in. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of really good perks actually in heavy armor with Ordinator. I don't tend to walk, so I'll not be picking that one up. Yeah, that's going to be really helpful. So I'm slowly getting up on heavy armor now. It's green at the moment because I'm actually using a ring that's giving me extra score. So it's not technically 81. That's just an overall score. So I think actually I think it's more in the 70s at the moment, but it's still getting higher anyway. So, right, actually, what am I going to do? Oh yes, I was going to go to Silver Drift later. So yes, I'm going to go around the corner, head north. I'm going to go into this place here and clear out the undead, and then I'm going to go to Solitude because there's another investigation. What I'm also needing to catch up on perk-wise is smithing, because I'm really needing to start unlock the ability to make some weapons and armor of a much better quality. I've been very fortunate and I've picked up this spellbound armor, which I think is classed as mid-tier. The only way I can improve it at the moment is if I find other spellbinding armor that other enemies have got, smelt them down for the Quicksilver, and then use that to improve on the armor, because I don't have the ability to make Quicksilver ores myself at the moment, and none of the stores have it in either. So, but if I get the perks for smithing anyway, I should be in a position where I can start making some of the top end armor that I want to wear for the most part. But I also desperately need to get a new axe. I think at this point last time I actually did spend a fair amount of perk points in smithing, so that I was actually able to make the Nordic axe from Immersive Weapons, and it was powerful, but it was negated by obviously like I said, the lack of damage I was able to do on enemies in general. I'm at the point though where dragons should start becoming a regular thing as well. So we'll be dealing with some dragon fights, and I'll be using the souls to turn into perk points, definitely. I've already done that once actually. That helped me get a second point in the restoration, so that my restoration power is at least giving me some decent health back at less magicka cost, because that was becoming a problem. I was getting more health, but I wasn't getting as much health back from using the restoration skill. Well, that's a good start. And I'm all the way back here. As far as quest is concerned, I'm hoping in the not too distant future that I'll actually join the companions, start that quest line, and get the bonuses and perks and whatnot that comes with that, which will open up a whole new set of gameplay. I'm also 5 levels away from, I think, Dawn Guard becoming a thing. Or did I set it to... I might have actually set that to level 40, actually. I can't remember. Hello, Pre-Pro. Thanks for joining the stream. Oh, and thanks for the follow as well. I'm just looking out for wolves. Thought I heard one. Oh, he's running off. Oh, is he? Because he's chasing after the... Right. That makes sense. I thought for a second he was actually going after the giant. It's like, that would be very silly of him, because... Yeah, giant would just squash him. Hell, I'm not in a position where I can take on giants yet. As always, free pelt anyway. I always appreciate free pelt. Right, let's see if we can actually get to this dungeon without getting wiped out by bandits. Right, let's... Oh, with the headbutts, Lydia. She's certainly king. Yeah, I'll take your head, son. Right, the mods. Oh, well, there's 113 of them, so I might be here a while if I try and type them all out. If I name a few of the big ones, would that help for you? I know they're all from the Nexus because I do make use of Nexus Mod Manager. But yeah, writing them out is going to be a while, especially if I get the links. But I can tell you the main ones that I've got. Combat mods, I am using Wildcat, Vigor, Mortal Enemies. I'm using Immersive Armors and Immersive Weapons, as you can see, because that Spellbound armor that I'm wearing is part of Immersive Armor. I'm using Immersive Horses, Patrols, and Civilians, just to make them a bit more realistic than vanilla. I'm using JK's Cities, and that's the all-in-one pack that has all of the major holds redone with more sort of detail and fixes. There's the unofficial Skyrim Special Edition bug fix pack. Obviously, that's actually dependent on some of the things. The main reason I'm playing this actually is because we have the Skyrim script extender 64-bit, albeit it's still an alpha stage. But the fact that it's there, a lot of mods that required the script extender from Legendary Edition are now getting ported over. So we've got stuff such as Sky UI is now available. So I've got Sky UI in the mod configuration as a result. I think I can export a list from I didn't want to pick up the goals. I think I can export like the general sort of like ESP list from Mod Manager, but it doesn't necessarily give you the proper English Titan name. I think it just gives you the ESP file, which doesn't necessarily give you a good description, and it certainly doesn't give you the links to where they are specifically on the Nexus. Trying to think of what other ones I've actually got as well. Let's have any note. I'm using Issues as perks. Dragon Source to perks. Alchemy and Smithing redone. The Alchemy one, I don't use Alchemy on this particular character, but on other characters that I might use Alchemy on, it's Alchemy redone. It just allows for more realistic collection of resources, so that when you pick a bunch of flowers, you actually get a bunch of flowers as compared to one leaf, as it were. Smithing redone is just stuff like being able to smelt down equipment for ores. You also get smithing XP for using stuff like the smelter, the tanning rack, etc., where in vanilla game you didn't before. So things like that. So it's just, and then there's probably just like a lot more small incidental ones like better map, fog removed from the map, that sort of thing. So just small little things like that. But those are the main ones. The combat mods, which is Vigor, Wildcat, Mortal Enemies, which is why you might see me still struggle against certain enemies, because it's a very unique way of actually dealing with combat as compared to vanilla. If you're just so used to just going in and mashing stuff, that's only just going to get you killed. So well, he just stood there and took it. Yeah, okay, that's right. That's the door out. Oh, I do have, sound-wise, just remembered as well, because the groaning of Draugr. I've got immersive sounds, which adds various background sounds wherever you are. And I've also got Hothtropper's immersive music, so there's a lot more music tracks for things that's available. Oh, damn, Lydia. You're keen. Almost too keen. Words and philosophy teaches two-hand combat. Because reasons. Hey, since I'm two-handed, I'll take that, no problem. Bread and butter. Ow. Oh, TK dodge is another one I'm using as well. How can I forget Ordinator? Sorry, the reason why I've suddenly become a whirlwind with two-handed combat is because I've got the perk in two-handed, which potentially makes me go 175% faster. So I've also got Ordinator perks installed, and I highly recommend Ordinator as well. Much better perk layout than vanilla. That's also by the same guy that makes Wildcat as well. Actually, I've just realised as well, I'm mentioning all these mods. Can I ask, are you asking as a PC player or as a console player? Well done, Lydia. I was wondering if it was a lever, and it was. It's for a trap. That was nicely done. Where am I missing a lever? Did you just poke through the grate there, Lydia? Crikey, you're keen today. Ah, there you are. I'm asking about if you're asking about mods on PC or console, because if it's console, there is no such thing as a script extender. Oh, it's twice now I've picked up stuff I didn't actually want to pick up. You got it. Too far. Ah, come on. That's really annoying, that. There we go. All that I fitted nothing in there. Nothing even hidden. Yeah, we're fine, don't worry. Sit down. That's certainly been the big help. Now that I get a minor damage boost and increased critical chance as well with time block. Because there's been a fair few enemies I've dealing with. I've done the time block, and then it's just immediately given me critical kill cam. It's been super helpful. Yeah, before he starts throwing arrows at me. Just that corridor looked too clean and narrow. I was fully expecting a sort of trap somewhere. Ah, that hurt. That hurt big time, that arrow. Right, Lydia did most of the work on that dude, must be said. Right, where's that other fella gone? Got him. Phew. I burnt through a lot of healing potions there. That was not pleasant. But those were 2 boss level Draugr, so I can't complain. What more do I get? Weapon disarm, yes! I unfortunately do not have a Dragon Soul free to unlock that, but you can be damn sure that I'll be wanting to. You still got secret arrows, Lydia.
Behind you. How can I serve you, my Thane? Let's get going then.
Right, so that should be the dungeon finished. I think the dude as well that it wants us to collect bounty from is the priest at Solitude, which is fine. That's actually nicely worked out because at Solitude we need to go out to speak to Falk about the investigation. Right, making some progress level-wise as well. Yeah, it is, right. So since we've got to go to Falk Firebird or Bede, sorry. Let's go ahead to Solitude. Might as well stick with the snowy path across. bypass Morthal and come to Dragon's Bridge that way. Might randomly call in caves on the way past actually as well, just for the sake of getting stuff done. It's a bad combination, fierce and snow and ice. The ice wolves are normally a lot more powerful than the wolves anyway, but a fierce or feral variant, oof, no. Forget that. Again with the apologies to dog lovers, but yeah, those were huskies. Just curious to see what's in here. Lydia, I needed to go through another loading screen because of you, Lydia. Stop it. Oh, they've seen me anyway. Yep, thanks for the backup, Lydia. Because he was not gonna go down easily through through 200 anyway. It's a nasty looking axe as well. I mean, it's less damage than mine, but based on the description they were talking about in their conversation, it sounded like Falmer. Yeah, it's Falmer. Okay. Falmer themselves, I might be able to contend with. But if they've got any of those Chauruses about, sod that for a lark. This is one of the benefits of them being blind, though. Just gonna move on, Lydia. Is there a safe way down? barely let me select the farmer there. That's don't even recognise that creature. What is that? Phew. That was a double swipe anyway, so that time block wasn't going to do squat. However, the block increase has leveled me up, so we're good to go. Let's top up health, so that's continuing the parity there. Right, block's actually now on 50 as well. Quick reflexes, yes. Forgot about that. I've got so many perks I can actually get now. Between heavy armor, block, and two-handed. I'm going to have to hope I'm running into dragons and I can spend the perk right.
I've got your back. I am at your command.
Give you 100 steel arrows. Just so that you've got arrows to shoot. Falmer are big on their traps as well, so I'll be trying to keep an eye out on cables and whatnot. I went straight past my head as well. Can't see him. He got cut down. See, archers, that's the trouble. Sneaking is not my profession, because I'm a heavy armor user. But I don't know where this archer is. I'm talking about. Right, the other one was melee based, so I'm not too broken up about him. In fact, he's run away. Nothing there. That Falmer does not want to play. He's running away. Yeah, not having the bugs around. Don't like them. I don't have a phobia of bugs, I just don't like them. They're poisonous, just stupidly OP. You are an imbecile. Thanks for springing your own trap to save me the hassle. Where the hell did Lydia go?
Got a bad feeling about this.
You always use Star Wars references. The hell is that? Is that a regular spider, or is that? Giant oh, no. They come in spider form now? Oh, I thought he was dead. Oh, I can't tell. It's too dark. Can't see shit. Oh, I didn't know they come in spider form now. Thanks, immersive creatures. Right. That ensured he was dead. Big damage from runic armor. Yes. I'm having that. I'll break that down for the... Right, so I've picked up an extra spell runic armor, so I can break down for the moonstone. Immersive creatures have went ahead and made a spider variant of the Chorus. That's just exactly what I need. I was fortunate that I was on stairs, because then I could just obviously just kite the thing out of... Again, I'm not arachnophobic. I don't really care much for bugs in that they don't really bother me in the same sense. Just Chorus I do not like because, as I say, stupid OP poison. A giant one. Oh, for crying out loud. Okay, where's this lever? So there. There it is. Oh, okay, I've apparently cleared this. So I'm back to the beginning. Fair enough. Okay, that keep, I'm not going to bother because I think I know what that keep's for and I'll be going to that at some point down the line anyway, so I will leave that one be. Hurry up, Lydia. Okay, fort Dunstad, I think it's still going to be clear, yeah. Because that won't have respawned anyone yet, because that was only just yesterday afternoon, actually. Yeah, the two keeps I'm going to leave be, because I think I'll be going to them for other reasons, but oh, I just ran into a spider. Although he decided he wanted to munch on the horse, thinking he was going to get food. That gave me an opening. Oh, God. I hate Ice Race for the same reason. As Jaws is just too much damage. Oh, Forgotten Barrow. That'll be part of the Forgotten Caves mod. Right, that's barred from the other side, so yeah, that's obviously our way out. What are you doing, Lydia? She's become possessed. Couldn't drag her down. Yeah, again, I find it's a great looking sword, don't get me wrong, but I think that's being misappropriated into the battle axe category rather than great sword category in immersive weapons. There's two routes we can take. Let's try down here first, actually, then. It's another time where it hasn't registered the hit. That seems to be the most effective method of taking on the Draugr that I've had since putting in these combat mods. When they're coming out of crypts, they're incredibly vulnerable. Oh, I've just done a... Right, so that's how I've connected them. But they're incredibly vulnerable when they're coming out of the crypts, and between Wildcat and Vigor, some of the conditional damage that's listed is when they're actually in that position, you can do excessive damage to them. So that seems to be the thing. Expect Draugr to come out of coffins and crypts and just charge at them with a power attack, and you should do exceptional damage to them. And it just means that you're taking one out the fight. And you only have to deal with one other one. Of course, it would help if it registered the bloody hit. There you go. Okay, Lydia, you just continue spazzing out like that. Marvellous. Do you reckon that might have actually reset her dodge animation, rather than just being this weird floating snake creature? Probably not. But that's going to be a nasty combination if the time slows down because of my quick reflexes and I use TK dodge to move out the road and put myself to this side. Really going to do a number on them. Yeah, some of these are going to get... I'm going to assume that one there is going to be the one that gets out of his chair. Yeah, because I can't select him as a... Yeah, if you can select Draugr to pick stuff up off them, they're not going to get up. But ones that you can't select are definitely going to rise up, either by getting close to them or through the condition of something that you do. I'm going to assume when I open these here. Well, once I figure out how you do it. There we go, handles there. Sure enough. Yes, give me your kneecap, then give me your head. Well, if nothing else, I'm cutting down Draugr. There might be a few BS bandits that can two-shot me or one-shot me even, but... Draugr, I'm getting cut down. Okay, what have we got? Oh, just a few more rounds. I've got gold in. Hawk, whale, snake. No more of them jumping out of crypts. Seen any immediate traps on the floor? Well, that happened. Set back a fair bit as well. So it was hawk, whale, snake. Right then. There was the mistake. And activating still takes you out. Well, at least Lydia's repaired. Looking at the floor. Nice. Right, I'll open the gate, I would assume. Curious disease is always helpful. Sod your archery, mate. Sit down. There's a pressure point. Lydia's going to step over it though. Yeah, she got out of the way. That's fine. Yeah, I take the hit. Any more? Any more want to go? I'm sure there's going to be more popping out as soon as I hit this lever. Sure enough. I just saw the thing on the wall there. Ooh, Lydia got past it as well, just about. Yeah, before any mage type Draugr put me down, send them flying with a fuss rodar. Excuse me. Yeah, ease up, Lydia, I had it. Okay, that's possibly going to lead to the way out. So actually have a look down here first then. Yeah, these types of skeletons usually end up coming back together. So you just swap them down again. So that meets up with that. This would have us go down here anyway, right? Okay, this looks final roomish. Oh, that's a priest. Shite. Oh. Just keep wailing on him and wailing on him. Just so he doesn't fire off anything. Because otherwise he'd probably massacre us. Well, this would be our reward room. A reward chest, decent amount of gold. Ruby stem bow, I've been ebony one, so don't care about that. Yep, lift the bar, open the door, go back to the beginning. So, that was I'd say that was a fairly decent destruction. I do like the most of the Forgotten Cave places that comes with the Forgotten Caves mod's pretty cool. So yeah, it was a pretty good destruction. More combat experience. Right, we'll just continue on our way to Solitude, bypassing Dawnstar and Morthal. That's the bark of wolves or dogs. Husky having a go at Lydia, which yeah, wasn't going to end well for us. Wolves nearly did a number on us. Yeah, there's feral snow wolves, to be fair. It didn't give me... No, it didn't give me a debuff. Cool, that. Let's go. Nice. Thought for a moment there was another wolf coming, but... The imps won against the wolves this time. Last time I saw the Imperial patrol on that area, they got wiped out by the ice wolves. It's a frost troll. Yeah. Yeah, again, going off the beaten track a bit.
Who in Dagon's name are you? Speak, or I'll cut you down where you stand. Huh. Suit yourself.
Whoa, what happened there? I got frozen there and...
Who in Dagon's name are you? Speak, or I'll cut you down where you stand. Huh. Suit yourself.
Crikey.
Time to end this little game. Get her. No sign of him. Who in Dagon's name are you? Speak, or I'll cut you down where you stand. Huh. Suit yourself.
So the thing is, I'm always going to pick that option on this character because that's the role of the character. But she shouldn't be piping out that much damage. So I'm running into BS again.
No, Simon. Who in Dagon's name are you? Speak, or I'll cut you down where you stand. Huh. Suit yourself. She's coming. Victory is yours. I submit.
Yeah, we had to get that extreme then. Bounced off a tree with an unrelenting force and they just cut her down.
Bashir was always dragging her into things.
Stealing the boss's sword? Did he have a death wish?
Who knows?
The end for you.
Stabbed in the back. Oh! Did I just kill them by fuss-through-dying them off the platform and effectively breaking their neck? That's hilarious. Evidently you can't take it. Lydia, can you move out the road? Oh! Just jump down and... surprise attack. You know, Lydia, you kind of got into the way of that yourself. That was your fault.
Finally, someone came. The cat, Rajir, ambushed me. He's trying to take the sword back. I can't.
That's nasty. Right. We dealt with the ghost. And I've put the blade back on its stand because, well, I've got no use for it. Just gonna assume there's nothing else here or anywhere else you can go. An alternative way out. Doesn't look like it, right. Well, again, nice little distraction. Everybody's dead, Dave. Right. That looks like Stormcloak soldiers, so leave them be. That's going to be a fight between Imperials and Stormcloaks. Am I close to... don't think there's anything of any note there, is there? It's just a location. If I remember Necros Sanctuary, I think I was in here on the first attempted playthrough. It is full of necromancers, but I managed to cut through them all. It didn't stop it from being incredibly dark.
Here we go.
That was a sweet combo if I do say so myself, because I've now got the I've obviously got the perk from yesterday where if I do a powerful side swipe, all enemies in front of me will actually get hit, not just the one that's immediately in front of me. So the one on the left died from that and the bleed damage over time, and that left the last enemy to obviously get the kill cam where yeah, I remove his head. So yes, gotta say that was a pretty sweet kill.
Never should have come.
Because they're all mages though, they can do some damage to me at range. So I'm having to make liberal use of Unrelenting Force just to stagger them. The more powerful ones though, the wards seem to actually break it and stop it from happening, which kinda scuppers the move, but if they're staggered at least, then I can close in for the kill.
What was that?
Thanks for keeping your aura on, so it gives me something to see. Ah, now you're hiding. Now you're realising that it's actually going to be a bit of a problem.
Is someone there?
There's a level up. I'll make use of that if I suddenly lose a health and whatnot. Like now. But after that dude's dead. What did I say I fancy getting actually? Right, so my heavy armor now counters the attack perks, because with Ordinator the perks are changed for you, but they're also granted to enemy NPCs as well. But I've now just picked up something that nullifies the entry-level perks on enemies, so just adds to more survivability. It's unfortunately a narrow corridor, so don't have much in the room of maneuverability around them. been wiping out the rest of your mates. So you're not really doing that for... Dare fight a dumb ass more than anything.
Here we go.
Nah, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna have to go all the way back to the beginning, isn't it? Oh, never. That's why I need a quick save often. Huh, at least it's respawned Lydia again.
Did you hear something?
Went whirlwind mode and cut him down. That was 3 of them. And they got cut down fairly quickly. It's quick save here before I have to go through all of that again. Bloody explodey stick. Ah! I had the nastiest one down in it as well. Bloody hell. Missed him. Missed him, ended up in a corner, and they could just all pipe everything on top of us. Yeah. I don't know if they're shite. That was a lot of gold. Right, again, another nice distraction. And a cave clear. Needed a few restarts, unfortunately, but I got an extra level out of it and another perk. Right, I think it'll probably be likely the case that more free pelts. I was going to say it should be the case that I'll be running out of places to kind of check out on the way. I think so once I get past Morthal, you're pretty much just round the corner and onto the road to Solitude anyway, to which I've already explored everything there, so in which case I'll just go straight for Solitude. So I am heading in the correct direction. I know there's icons for those distances there on to the left, but I believe you've actually got to go into the mountains to actually get to them. Oh, actually, that is the road, though. Nah, I want to get to Solitude. Because actually, like I say, I want to get to the companions as well at some point. Yep, spider in the distance. He hasn't seen me yet. Not wrong with a little bit of archery. Okay, bypass Morthal altogether. Where's your horse, Lydia? I know there's enemies immediately attacking me, but I believe that is actually tied to a mission, so I'm going to leave that be. I think this is just another hut that's got resources in, especially if you're doing alchemy. So I wouldn't expect much to be going on there. And we're now in familiar territory. Try and avoid the battle.
I've been looking for you. Got something I'm supposed to deliver. Your hands only. Let's see. It's from Falk Firebeard at the Blue Palace. Whew, you've got friends in high places. Looks like that's it. Got to go.
That's weird. I was just coming to see you. Oh well, we're getting multiple missions off them then. Have them wait there so I don't have to try and faff about respawning them when I come back out. Lydia's just up and disappeared again.
I've got a little work if you're interested, traveler. Yes? Seems there's no end to the needs of the Imperial. Blades, helmets, pretty much anything to suit your needs. Return anytime you need arms or armor. Wanderer.
the finest weapons and armor.
So he's got Quicksilver. Nice.
Keep safe, and always wear your armor. Yes?
Right, so downgraded a spare runic armor that someone had. And he had a Quicksilver Ignite as well that I could make use of. Is this dude asleep again during the day? He is, isn't he? Get up, you old lazy bastard.
Excellent. You've done us a great service. Here is your reward. May Arche bless you with long life.
Courier must have found you. Yes, old friend. I'm afraid it's not good news. When you broke up the binding, Potema escaped. We've encountered some of her minions. Steer says she's still in spirit form, or we'd all be dead already. You've already done us a service in stopping the binding, but I need you to go talk to him, to see if Steer can tell us what to do next. I wish you well, friend. Be careful. Speak to Steer. He can help. Excellent. I think you'll be glad that you made this decision. It's all in this note.
Someday a gallant hero will ride up and take me away. So exciting when new folk come into town. I bet you've had plenty of adventures.
If she was given subtle hints, forget it. You probably won't like where this character's going. Where am I going? Need to talk to her. Silly me. Nice for you to also appear as well, Lydia. Seems like I was running into an invisible version of her when I was coming into rooms, but now she's spawning properly.
I trust you're not planning any trouble. What can I do for you, friend? You must be the one Falk spoke so highly of. Well, Potema, former Queen of Solitude and one of the most dangerous necromancers in recorded history. She was responsible for the Empire's near collapse almost 500 years ago. I believe I have a book about her. Summoned in spirit form is not raised from the dead. She'll need help before she can return to the living. For the moment, the Wolf Queen has retreated to a place filled with dead, eager to serve her. She has gone to her old catacombs. A few days ago, one of her servants busted through a wall into the Temple of Divines. We'll need you to go into the catacombs themselves. Good. Being at the summoning created a connection to Potema. You are the one to do this. I can provide you with some help with her minions. As to Potema herself, find what's left of her body, likely a skeleton. Remove it from the catacombs and bring it back to be sanctified by Arche. A curious figure. Unrepentantly evil and nasty, of course, but also astonishingly brilliant, and obviously quite a necromancer at her end. She was always so close to being Empress, but despite her machinations, it was never to be hers. Ironically, if she were alive today, she'd be the only living member of the Septim bloodline. By all rights, she would now be Empress. May Arche bless you with a long life.
Right. Let's go into a tomb in a catacomb area and wreck some shit.
Blessings of the Eight Divines upon you. How may I help? You look troubled. Have you come seeking guidance? The strong and honorable always carry the blessing of the Eight. Feel free to take a seat or pray at the shrines. We appreciate worship in all its forms. Huh?
Your divinity carry us through our daily trials.
No, I'm looking for a way down. There we go.
Walking the steps of the divine.
Bring out your dead.
You've arrived at last. The hero who prevented me from being bound returns to my fold. I have much to thank you for, little one. When you die, I will raise you, and you can take your place by my side. You'll serve me soon enough.
You know how many Draugr I've been dealing with for the past 2 days and been wiping out? Yeah. This bitch has got nothing. Cut you down before you even spawn. There you go, Lydia. She's wearing the same outfit as you.
And you thought I was just a pretty face.
That's bullshit.
Thought I heard something.
That's what you get. Yeah, vampires can't heal themselves from being decapitated, can they? Yeah, never mind that stabbing through the heart and all that nonsense. Just chop their head off. There's a quick save here, just so that further along.
What was that? I'm going to enjoy this.
Well, you still end up losing your head. Trying to see if there's anything obvious trap-wise. Oh, Lydia's gone. She respawns here. Yep. I'm going to assume that these levels are in the order of the doors. And turning other ones don't subsequently make other ones move. Right, yeah, it looks like that's fine. Trying to knock it over. So you knock them over, that stops them. There we go, that's one. That's two. Yeah, I don't want to hear you talking, mate. You're just gonna die. Villains always monologue. He looked like the type of one that was going to get up from his chair, so dealt with him beforehand.
Not much further. Come to me. Serve me in death.
Oh, Lydia. Do I accept this? Do I let it happen, or shall I restart? I mean, it was her own stupid fault for getting in the way. Yeah, let's reload. It's not like we went very far. Trying to be cocky with that Draugr Lord that was sitting there.
Not much further. Come to me. Serve me in death.
Any more want to go?
You've come far, mortal. But can you stand against my inner council? Let's see. Don't applaud yourself too soon, worm.
Jeez.
Don't applaud yourself too soon, worm.
She just applied the stagger on us, and just one of them was able just to walk up and just bop me on the head. I'm trying to remember if I actually used the tactic before of yeah. Have them come out into here.
Don't applaud yourself too soon, worm.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It resurrects all of the Draugr.
I've got your back. I am at your command.
You've lost your melee, haven't you? You have. Oh well, you can have his. Yeah, it's an ugly looking axe. Not really fussed about that. That's a new one. To put us out here, I think we'll be forced to do a fast travel.
Being old's not so bad. Daughter keeps me fed. My working days are done.
So not too bad in the beginning, a bit rough in the end there, but yeah. I think I remember now, actually, that's what I did for that fight, is I just brought the Draugr into the original corridor, take them out, and then that's it.
You help me. You help people, right? That's what you do. Please, take pity on an old madman. My master has abandoned me, abandoned his people, and nothing I say can change his mind. Now he refuses to even see me. He says I interrupt his vacation. It's been so many years. Won't you please help? Last I saw him, he was visiting a friend in the Blue Palace. But no one as mundane as a Jarl. No, no. Such people are below him. No, he went into the forbidden wing of the palace to speak with an old friend. Said it had been ages since they had last had tea. Oh, and you'll need the hip bone. It's very important. No entering Pelagius's wing without that. Yes, but don't try to use force. He's far too mighty. He'd crush you like a clay doll, or drop you from the sky, or simply eat your brain right up. Oh, but he probably won't do those things to you. Probably. Just remind him to come home, and there'll be no fighting or unpleasantness. Probably. He's just a little confused at the moment, is all. Knowing my master, he may very well reward you for bringing him to his senses. Without his guidance, our homeland is falling apart. North wages war against South. The holy flame flickers and dies. We need his return. Oh, but I'm sure he'll repay you when he comes to his senses. His favor is a powerful, powerful thing, and so very worth any inconveniences. He is a great man, but one rarely praised. He rules twin empires that span the length and breadth of our minds. All know him, but few can name him. But he has forbidden me from saying his name. He says it distracts him, and woe to those who draw his ire. But you will know him when you see him. He's the one who made me like this. He stays in the Pelagius wing of the Blue Palace. The doors are locked, and only Falk Firebeard can grant entry. But I hear the maids, Una and Erdi, know how to enter it for cleaning. Surely they can help for such an important matter. All right, then.
Can I help you? You've returned. I am hoping successfully. Excellent. These things do have a way of working out when people take action. I'll sanctify the remains. In case Falk doesn't make it clear, Solitude owes you a debt of gratitude.
Speak. Make it quick.
Welcome to the Winking Skeever, friend. Sure thing. It's yours for a day. I'll show you to your room. Right this way. Let me know if there's anything else you need. If you need a good room or two, I think I can oblige.
Made an excuse to just sleep it off because we'll get a well-rested bonus, but also because most contacts fall asleep during the night, so no point trying to chase after Falk Firebird.
If you're heading to the Blue Palace, you might want to rethink.
Hello, I'm Gisley, but you can just call me Erica's sister.
Sibyl Stentor has a grasp of magical theory that would never have expected from a human, even a Breton.
May the gods watch over your battles, friend. You've done a great thing today. It doesn't matter who you support in the war. Potema would have been a blight on the land for both sides. Without you, this would have been a disaster. I should have paid more heed to Varnius's warnings. I won't make that mistake again. Take this payment. The Jarl would thank you, but she very much wants to keep Potema's return quiet. Make no mistake, we consider you a protector of solitude.
I can always find time to share a word with a warrior.
Do you have business with the court? Absolutely not. That wing has been sealed for hundreds of years, and for good reason. They say the ghost of Pelagius the Mad still haunts it. Ghost or not, there are reminders of his dark rule that are best left buried away. I'll make an exception for you, but do not bring anything out when you leave. Too many dark deeds transpired in those Talos halls. She still mourns greatly for her husband, High King Torek. So she leaves many of the courtly details to me. That remains to be seen. By rights, she has a legitimate claim as High Queen of Skyrim. But we must have the support of the other Jarls for that claim to have any meaning. Should they accept her rule, we will have peace. I won't forget what you've done for Solitude.
There's something personal I was hoping you would do for me. Falk told me what you did for us at Wolfskull Cave. He says you're someone we can trust. As you may know, Talos worship is outlawed in the Empire. When we buried my husband, I made offerings to all the gods, except Talos. I would like you to take an item of his, a war horn handed down from his father, and place it at a shrine of Talos. No, but my husband, Torek, would want a proper burial, and this is the way Nords are buried in Skyrim. Thank you. It would mean a lot to me.
Pick a few more things up then while we're here. Might as well get this mission out of the road.
Right through me. Besides, I have so many things to do. So many undesirables to contend with. Naysayers, buffoons, detractors. Why, my headsman hasn't slept in 3 days.
You are far too hard on yourself, my dear, sweet, homicidally insane Pelagius. What would the people do without you? Dance, sing, smile, grow old? You are the best septum that's ever ruled. Well, except for that Martin fella. But he turned into a dragon god, and that's hardly sport. You know, I was there for that whole sordid affair. Marvelous time. Butterflies, blood, a fox, a severed head, and the cheese to die for.
Yes, as you've said countless times before.
Harumph! Well, then, if you're going to be like that, perhaps it's best I take my leave. A good day to you, sir. I said good day!
Yes, go. Leave me to my ceaseless responsibilities and burdens.
How rude! Can't be bothered to host an old friend for a decade or two. Inside the mind of Pelagius, silly. Oh, is it your first time? Pelagius the Third? Now, surely even you know about Pelagius's decree. On his deathbed, and this was inspired, he forbade death! That's right! Death! Outlawed! Really? Oh, what kind of message? A song! A summons! Wait, I know! A death threat written on the back of an Argonian concubine! Those are my favorites. Well, spit it out, mortal! I haven't got an eternity. Actually, I do. Little joke. But seriously, what's the message? Were you now? By whom? Wait! Don't tell me. I want to guess. Was it Molag? No. Little Tim. The Toymaker's son, huh? The ghost of King Lysandas? Ah, or was it one? Yes! Stanley, the talking grapefruit from Passwall! Ha ha! I'm wrong on all accounts, aren't I? Ha! No matter! Honestly, I don't want to know. Why ruin the surprise? But more to the point, do you, tiny, puny, expendable little mortal, actually think you can convince me to leave? Because that's crazy! You do realize who you're dealing with here. Wrong! Actually, you do, sort of. I am a part of you, little mortal. I'm a shadow in your subconscious, a blemish on your fragile little psyche. You know me, you just don't know it. Sheogorath, Daedric Prince of Madness, at your service. Now that's the real question, isn't it? Because honestly, how much time off could a demented Daedra really need? So, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to leave. That's right, I'm done. Holiday complete. Time to return to the humdrum day-to-day. On one condition. You have to find the way out first. Well, good luck with that. Ha! I do love it when the mortals know they're being manipulated. Makes things infinitely more interesting. Care to take a look around? This is not, I dare say, the Solitude Botanical Gardens. Have you any idea where you are? Where you truly are? Welcome to the deceptively verdant mind of the Emperor Pelagius III. That's right! You're in the head of a dead, homicidally insane monarch! Now, I know what you're thinking. Can I still rely on my swords and spells and sneaking and all that nonsense? Sure, sure. Or you could use the Wabbajack! Huh? Huh? Didn't see that coming, did you?
Yeah. So, yeah.
Oh,
this is the thing.
Good choice! Well, good for me. I find everyone being out to get you so terribly entertaining. You might find it less so. You see, Pelagius's mother was, well, let us say, unique. Although I suppose, in the grand scheme of things, she was fairly average for a septim. That woman wielded fear like a cleaver. Or did she wield a cleaver and make people afraid? I never get that part right. Oh, but she taught her son. Pelagius learned at a very early age that danger could come from anywhere, at any time, delivered by anyone. The objective here is simple, you simpleton. Use your Wabbajaw to defeat the enemy, or they do the same. Oh, I thought you'd never figure it out. With the threat gone, Pelagius is under the delusion that he's safe, which means you've helped him out. Sir, and we're that much closer to home.
Yeah, so you get given the stick, the Wappajacky, and it'll just change everything in the game world.
You've headed down the path of dreams. Unfortunately for you, Pelagius suffered night terrors from a young age. All you need to do is find something to wake our poor Pelagius up. You'll find his terrors easy to repel, but persistent.
Right, so you're also locked out entirely from all of your powers.
Yes?
So I've got no way of actually healing at the moment.
Well, now that's something to crow about. With Pelagius up and about, you're moving right along. We'll both be home in no time. I'm all ears.
Yeah, can't even interact with the chest.
Ah! Now this is a sad path. Pelagius hated and feared many things. Assassins, wild dogs, the undead, pumpernickel. But the deepest, keenest hatred was for himself. The attacks he makes on himself can be seen here fully. They're always carried out on the weakest part of his fragile self. The self-loathing enhances Pelagius's anger. But his confidence will shrink with every hit. You must bring the two into balance. That's the best you can do. You seem to be having a small problem, or perhaps it's a big problem. You shrunk the whole thing down. I'll have your head. Just give up. You can't win. Wonderfully done. Pelagius is finally ready to love himself and continue hating everyone else. Huh? I have a saying. I'm not going to feel what you have to like. Or something like that. Fixed is such a subjective term. I think treated is far more appropriate, don't you? Like one does to a rash, or an arrow in the face. But no matter. Heartless mortal that you are, you've actually succeeded and survived. I am first to honor my end of the bargain. So, congratulations. You're free to go. I have been known to change my mind. So, go. Really. Pelagius Septim III, once the mad Emperor of Tamriel, now so boringly sane. I always knew he had it in him. Well, I suppose it's back to the Shivering Isles. The trouble Haskell can get into while I'm gone simply boggles the mind. Let's make sure I'm not forgetting anything. Clothes, check. Beard, check. Luggage. Luggage. Now, where did I leave my luggage?
Master, you've taken me back. Does this mean we're going home? Oh, happy times. I can't wait to...
Yes, that's quite enough celebration. Let's send you ahead, shall we? As for you, a little mortal minion, feel free to keep the Wabbajack as a symbol of my I'll just take the damn thing. You take care of yourself now. And if you ever find yourself up in New Sheo, do look me up. We can share a strawberry tart. Ta-ta!
Yeah, so there we go. I've just been in the mind of a mad dead king. That's everything back in place as well. Let's get the hell out of here.
The Jarl is not to be disturbed with common affairs of court. We direct those concerns to me.
And it's a shame he doesn't ask for any follow-up questions about, like, what the hell happened in there. Even if just the reply is, you don't want to know. Right, we'll do this investigation. I'll drop the thing off for Elisif as well. So I think if doing that kind of puts me in a position where I can become Thane of Solitude. Although I believe the house in Solitude is very expensive to buy and also deck out. I think it's like 10,000 gold just to buy. I mean, I've got over 20,000, but I kind of want to build up the money so I can start using trainers for certain situations, such as Yorl and Greymane. You can train with him for smithing, and he's the only master one available in the mainland. Get the feeling the investigation is going to have us go through Meridia's temple. That's a dragon. Oh, sit down.
Look out! Don't get too close.
Speak quickly.
Thalmor having a go with the Stormcloaks. Okay, so the missing persons are actually in the looks like a Meridia's temple, so looks like we're going back in. But that critical strike on the dragon, that was great. That was immense. That was right. I've got 2 dragon souls. Right. Okay. The aura one's pretty helpful just to see what's in the room, but oh, I'm gonna unlock that way. Right. Disarm, love it. So all of these 2-handed weapon dudes that want to try and wipe me out, I can disarm them. Archers as well. So hopefully I'll pick up all of the shouts to complete that, and I'll be able to disarm whatever enemy I want that's annoying me. Right, it should be the case that there won't be any enemies for me to take on here, because they effectively got wiped out. So I'm just burning through here, because I suspect where it's actually got the missing body is the balcony that leads between the 2 areas. So yes, that looks like it's the case. In fact, there is the... You know, I've never actually come back through here once all the enemies are dead, because I've always been curious what happens in the chamber, if there's anything of interest in there, because you get teleported out of the chamber when you pick up Dawnbreaker. Oh, well, there you go then. It locks the chamber outright anyway. That answers that then. Gonna go the long way around now. Let's skip going through the temple. So if I follow that main path, it should take me to the Forgotten Cave. Always takes an age to spawn a horse for them. Now I'm going to get the quest done, because I need to get further. Oh, it's crashed on us. Okay, I'm actually going to take a break here because I need to get food anyway, so that's fine. We're pretty much dead on 4 hours anyway, so I'm going to get some food. I need to do a little bit of chores as well get some washing done and whatnot. So I will definitely be back on later to carry on with Skyrim. So this evening, I think definitely will be starting the companion storyline and starting to build on the perks that I get from that quest, which I've alluded to since the start. So I hopefully shouldn't be any more than an hour and a half at most. So I should be on about 5 o'clock. Hopefully I'll fire up no later than 6. I might have to, on the second stream, pop back and forth for Be Right Back because of said chores. I'll have to deal with a few things, washing and whatnot. But once they're away and whatnot, just leave them to it until I need to move them into the dryer and whatnot. So, I should be able to get a good long stream in though for the second half of this evening. So, as I say, hopefully no more than an hour. So keep an eye out for about 5, no more later than 6. Appreciate those that's watching. Beera Pro, if you're still watching, thanks for the follow. Hope I answered the questions as well and inspired you to get some of the mods and playing your own game there. And as I say, I'll see you in an hour. In the meantime, you can check out previous archives on the channel. You can also become a patron of the channel by checking the link for the Lead Repair. Previous streams are also archived on the YouTube. I've got a link on the site, but if you do a search for Jordan Walsh, you can find them there for the previous Skyrim playthroughs, plus the entire Mass Effect trilogy playthrough as well. But otherwise, Skyrim will be continuing on in about an hour's time, so I'll see you then.